Let's talk about the Biden administration a little bit more. I'm actually from Pennsylvania myself, born, raised, went to college at Temple. I'm from southeastern Pennsylvania, so totally across the state from you. But what I do understand is Pennsylvania voters are unique and they are special. It is a swing state, as you know. You were a Biden delegate in the 2020 Democratic National Convention. As we sit here right now, a poll that just came out today, Biden's approval rating is at 40%. So how specifically are you getting voters excited to vote Democrat?
I think it really is driving home the core Democratic message, right? It's focusing on gun violence prevention. It's talking about reproductive justice. It's talking about supporting our LGBTQ communities. It's talking about how we're actually going to solve these problems. And so that's a message that's resonating. And I think people are really hungry for a leadership that's rooted in the diversity of this country, the diversity of this district. And again, coming from a family that is emblematic of the American dream, our story, being the first in my family to graduate from college and then coming back home, that is what we want in Western Pennsylvania, right? We want young people to choose this community as their home, to raise their families here, to buy homes, to start small businesses. And as somebody who has done that, I think people are really energized and excited about that. And again, looking towards the general election, looking to 2024, it's really, really critical that we have a Democrat that's willing to stand on a stage with President Biden and say that these are the values that our party represents, and this is how we're going to deliver for this region in this country. And I'm prepared to do that.
Sure. And if you're working hand in hand with the Biden administration, standing on stage with President Biden himself, the majority of the country is not happy with him. What do you say to those Americans and those voters in Western Pennsylvania?
I would say the Democrats deliver. Democrats are committed to doing the job. And we need somebody who can position our story, Western Pennsylvania's story, in Washington, D.C. and make sure that we're bringing home those federal dollars to spur our economy. And again, I think it takes somebody who's willing to show up, be present in the district, have conversations, empathetically relate to the challenges of day-to-day individuals, working class communities. And that's what we've been doing in this campaign. We've been showing up everywhere, having discussions, and I can tell you confidently that our message is resonating.
President Biden in today's Democratic Party and historically has been a moderate Democrat. Who you're challenging, Congresswoman Summer Lee, she's known as more far left. Since you are aligning yourself with President Biden, would you consider yourself a moderate Democrat?
I think President Biden has delivered on a progressive agenda. I think he's been remarkable for Democrats who really care about, again, various social justice issues, including gun violence prevention, reproductive justice, advocating for LGBTQ community, advocating for women and small business growth. And so I think, people are hungry for a type of leadership that's rooted in delivering progress. That means bringing home federal dollars, showing up in the community. I think that what people are rejecting is this sort of fringe and extremist wing of the Democratic Party. I think that is not in line with what the values of the Democratic Party are. And I think people in Western Pennsylvania are noticing that they want something that's different.